Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Outside the Box. My name is Mark Wallbank. I'm from Haunted Auckland and Paranormal New Zealand. So welcome to another episode. This episode is number 20.
Episode 20 of Outside the Box.
And it's been great talking to investigators and researchers from all across the world. So for today's episode, we're going to be going across the ditch to Sydney, Australia, and we're going to be talking to Jason King, paranormal investigator for over 20 years, and a bloody nice chap. And it just happens to be his birthday today, so we're going to call on him and g'day, mate.
Is that better?
That's it. Got it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, mate. How are you?
Oh, lovely. Awesome. No, good. Nice and clear. That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's good. I've been thinking about getting you on board for a little while actually, and then your name popped up on Facebook, and I saw it was your birthday, so I thought, oh yeah, what better time?
Yeah, it's my birthday today. I turned 48 today, and so yeah, big day today.
Happy birthday to you. You got anything special planned?
Oh, thank you very much. Maybe going for a ghost hunt tonight. You would have saw on my page I've been doing some ghost hunts. Wife's been organising it to let me for my birthday, because it's been locked in over the corona, so it's been a bit hard for me to get out. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. So what have you been doing during the lockdown period? Anything spectacular?
I've been working. Been working a lot. Few days, and you know, like, haven't been able to get out, so that's been the hard part. And so then I just took a week off work and started to whack off, and yeah, Julie's organised all my ghost hunts where I've been ghost hunting.
Cool. All right. Well, I have to admit that I don't really know much about you at all, to be honest. So can you take us right back to the beginning? Can you just take us right back to the beginning, how you got into all of this? Okay, I'm curious.
What happened is, about over 20 years ago, I lost my brother to a car accident, and me, I was an unbeliever, and like, I believed but didn't believe, but 2 weeks straight I was seeing my own brother and sitting on the chair, and me, I thought, oh, you know, I'm going insane, and he kept saying hello to me, hello, and before you knew it, like, I said, well, I've got to say hello back. So I said g'day, because I just buried him. So I said g'day to him, and after that we started talking for 2 weeks. We're just talking, you know. Every day I got over work, it was into that same spot in the lounge room, sitting there. So I was talking, and after that, his last words to me is that we have work to do. And I went, what do you mean work to do? And found out over 20 years later, I knew what he meant by what we're going to be doing for work. And yeah, I've just been doing it since, you know, going all over the place. I see things and I see people and I describe it. And you know, like, it spun me out for a while, because I thought I was going to have to go to hospital and get my mind, you know, checked out, because it's unheard of. And then before you knew it, over 20 years later, here I am today, ghost hunting, and you know, and being out there and helping other people, and it's so fascinating for me to do that, and it's a great kick to do.
That's amazing, man. It's awesome. And is your brother still in contact at all?
Always with me. Like, a few people say they can see him, and he's quite, you know, a dirty man, I call him. But he's always with me, you know, out there, you know, helps me communicate to the spirits on the other side, and I get, you know, what they're trying to tell me, and get an idea who we're up against and what is out there. And and it's quite an interesting, being out there and enjoying it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's awesome. And you had a film made about you, mate. You made it. I mean, how did that come about? There's a bit of a documentary made about you, about your life. How did that come about?
Yeah, the guy found me in local newspapers about my brother, and he thought, oh yeah, it'd be a great story to do about ghost hunting. And then it changed, and it changed, and it changed, and I can't tell you too much, you've got to see it. But it is about my life, and it's about a lot of people's lives. Actually, it's not just about mine. It's about other people's lives who've been through what I've been through as a kid. And before you knew it, now there's a film out there, and it is about helping other people, like ghost hunting. We go out and help other people who are in need, who doesn't know how to ask for help. And same thing with the ghost hunting with my film. It is about men and women, and about if you're in a situation where I was years ago, don't be afraid to ask for help. Get help, and don't be ashamed of it.
That's cool, man. And so, do you do it sort of as a team, or do you have a team beside you, or do you do it solo, or how do you do your investigations?
There's me and my wife. We do it together, and I've got another guy in Sydney. He comes out and helps me, and at the moment I'm down south at the moment, and we're going to have two down here. They just live across the other side from us, so they're coming out with us tonight, going out ghost hunting. So, we do it because we have a passion, and we want to show people what is out there. You've got your non-believers, and you've got your non-believers, you've got your skeptics, you've got them. But I don't mind what people say when they see my photos, because I put it on my pages. It's for them to decide for themselves, is it or isn't it not real? And there's been a lot of cases where I've had people out with me who don't believe, then suddenly halfway through an investigation, they'd legged it out the door, and I'm going, hang on a second, where are you? And they're in their cars and going home. And so sometimes it can go that way, but a lot of times you go out there and you get nothing, and you're thinking, okay, well, that's odd. And you might go back there, and you go back to the same site, and next minute, out of the blue, because you can't say it's going to happen that night when it doesn't. It can happen any other time, but not that night. You can't tell a spirit to, okay, I want you in action today. You can't do that. They decide when they want to, not when you want to.
That's exactly right. They don't play on cue, do they? Never.
No, I wish they would. It'd be fantastic. Okay, I need you to pick up that cup and throw it. And then you stand there, nothing happens, and then suddenly... Yeah. Next night you might go there, and next minute all hell breaks loose, and you're thinking, oh my God, why couldn't you do it yesterday?
Yeah, the amount of times I've seen paranormal groups sort of pick up their camera and go, okay, I'm going to take a photo of you now, stand in front of my camera. It never happens.
But they don't. It's like if you would have saw us in Kapunda, we were in a 100-year-old house. It was tense for a while, and then it died, and the next day we'll stay there again, and we're sitting in the lounge room. And before you knew it, something happened that night and the following night. So it's very hard to be able to do anything.
Mm-hmm. So what was your first case then? The first investigation that you took on?
Over 20 years ago. I think when with my brother, one day I was at home and I had the urge myself to get in the car and drive. I didn't know why. So I drove to this graveyard. Don't know why I went to this graveyard. Drove in, had no idea. Drove all the way to the back, and I saw a lady. I got out of the car, touched the cough, she owns this buried, her husband found out. And I was telling her about her husband. And the lady looked at me and said, do you know my husband? And I said, no, I don't. So I passed on some messages from him. And she was, in stitches of crying and stuff like that. And then I left. And a couple of weeks, about a month or so, I went back. I don't know why. I went back to the same graveyard, drove all the way there. And a lady was sitting there waiting for me. And she goes, thank you very much. What you said was true. And it gave her closure. And then after that, before you know it, then my mate started talking to me and started to say, hey man, you should build a Facebook page up. You should. I said to me, who wants to see this stuff? Like, who wants to see my photos and EVPs and all that? He goes, people will. So they'll nag me, and before you knew it, 21 years later, I have a few good friends, and and people do ask for help, and that's what I do today. Go out and help a lot of people.
And have you ever had an experience that made you really sit up and go, "Wow, amazing! That was incredible"? Like, what's been the most, awesome experience?
The jail we were a couple of days ago, Ghosthunter guy jail. That was fantastic, like the EVPs that we got from that. I still got to upload that yet. I'm still going through it all. Being in old hospitals and you hear your name being yelled out from a distance, and you're going, who's in there? And it's you and your team, and you're looking around for this. It's pitch black, can't see nothing besides through your camera, and footsteps running up behind you, or being scratched on the back, or your neck gets scratched. It's like every investigation's always different. You can't say every investigation is the same, because it's not. Right. And you don't know. It's like when you go to people's houses, you don't know what you're coming against. You've got no idea, because you don't know who's there or what's there. But when you do tours, like I've done a few tours over the years of people tours, and you know what you're coming against because they tell you. But when you're doing people's houses, zilch. You got no information besides what's going to happen down there.
True, very true. Spirit attachments. What are your thoughts on spirit attachments on items and things? Do you think we reckon that's...
It can.
Yeah?
It can happen to a lot of people. It normally happens to people that have been through depressions and stuff like that, in my opinion, that are going through a really bad time. So they can latch on and really give you a really different thoughts. They can happen. I've seen a case where my wife's helped to get rid of one off somebody. So yeah, it can happen, and it's something that people, when they think about ghost hunting, they think it's fun, or it's like they make it like a game. But people don't realise ghost hunting is not a game, because you've got to be very careful, because if you do something that you don't know what you're doing, those things can come home with you, and that's what a lot of people don't realise. Ghost hunting is not a game. It's quite a serious thing to what we do, and if, I tell a lot of people, if you don't know what you're doing, leave it to the people who do, and watch what they do, learn off what they do. So read books, read stuff about it before you go out and do something like this, because it's not a game. It's quite a serious thing when you're out there and you're getting scratched and stuff like that, or things come home with you. So you've got to be very careful when you're out there ghost hunting.
Yeah, I mean, it surprises me the amount of people that, I mean, we're dealing with a field that is built around a lot of, mostly unknowns. We don't know what we're dealing with. We don't know anything about them, really. We know very, very little. And so how can you sort of rush in there? I mean, I've met so many thrill seekers that are in this just for fun and shits and giggles, and they'll just power in there, wanting, as you say, it's a fun activity, it's a social thing. But you need to think it through. It's important to know a few facts and what could happen from those that are actually out there experiencing it for themselves.
Yeah.
I think
exactly right. Go out with people. If you're going to get involved in the paranormal world, it's really important that you watch other ghost hunters, like other paranormal teams. Maybe go out with them, understand what they're doing. Get it under there is rules, you know what I mean? There's a lot of rules. You can't evoke, you can't do this, you can't, you've got to be very careful of what you do when you're out on an investigation. And that's what a lot of people who I've come across over the years, I've seen paranormal teams come and I see paranormal teams go. And what I've seen in the paranormal teams, sometimes other groups think they're better than others, but we're all the same. We've all got to work as a family, not I'm better than you or I'm better than that. It doesn't happen that way. And that's what I like when I take out people with me. You know, like, for example, there's a group in Melbourne I know really well. Like, I go down to the Melbourne Expo too. And, like, it's about meeting other ghost hunters and being a family to say, in case one day I might come up against something I can't handle, but I know a team that can.
Yeah.
And they do the same to me. You know, like, we've got to work as a family, not as one team. I'm better than this team. There's no such thing as a better team.
Yeah. Who was that team? Give them a plug. Give them a plug.
That has to be Sula down there down in Melbourne. You know Sula?
I know Sula. Yep.
It's Sula, and then you got Alan Tiller down in South Australia.
Good old Alan. Yeah.
You got Mia up in New Zealand. You know what I mean? Like, they're like a family, and that's what it's about. It's being a family. And if you've got a question, you're not sure, you can turn to these people. And that's what I tell a lot of new people. If you don't know something, ask a question to the people who have been in the industry a long time. And maybe go out with them and see what they do. And also we tell them, you've got to protect yourself.
Yeah. And, okay, equipment. Do you use equipment at all? If so, what's your favourite piece?
Yes, I do. Probably the voice recorder and the ghost box. And yes, I like setting up the cameras, the video cameras, because sometimes you might catch something. You don't realise what moves in front of you. So they're probably my three things I like the most. Is the ghost box, the voice recorder, and the video gear.
Right, yeah. For me, it's video. I love video cameras, because that way you're getting video as well as audio, so it's quite important for documenting. Yeah, it is. One of the popular theories that are out there at the moment that we all I think we all pretty much agree with or work along with is that ghosts, if they are real, then they are created they're made of energy and they absorb energy to manifest on something. Do you feel that's a valid theory or?
Yes, it is, 100%. They are made out of energy, and that's what a lot of people got. As I say, when the new people come through, study, learn, read, and do everything, because they are made out of energy. My wife's just walking past over here. Hang on. This is my CEO. This is the CEO of my company. She tells me this is what we're doing today, and I go, beautiful. And
all I do is just find new locations for him to explore. That's all.
Yeah.
So, but
anything for his birthday?
He's very talented in.
Any ghosts for his birthday?
Yeah, happy birthday, babe. Yeah. We're celebrating. We're in our little holiday home down the coast, so.
Right. Are you in lockdown down there?
Not in New South Wales. Victoria's on stage 4, but at the moment, New South Wales is still allowed to, like, they've got a social distance in certain with restaurants and clubs. There's only a certain amount of people allowed, but when you're allowed to travel anywhere within New South Wales for recreation at the moment.
Right, cool, excellent. Oh, awesome. Jason.
So we're taking advantage of.
Yeah. We're in lockdown at the moment as well, so yeah.
Oh yes, I heard about Auckland. Sorry to hear.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm off work anyway with a broken wrist, so it doesn't really affect me much.
Oh,
I can't really do much.
Poor thing. Oh, that's double unlucky.
Yeah, I know. Oh well, I'm off work anyway, so it's all good. Yeah. Okay.
I love New Zealand.
Oh, I do too. It's a great place.
We stayed at Waitomo Hotel 1.
Oh yeah.
I probably can't pronounce it properly. I don't sound very Kiwi. Sorry.
Waitomo, yeah.
Yeah, I stayed there because it reminded me of the hotel in The Shining.
Yeah. It's a great
and I
place.
heard that's haunted.
Yeah, there's a few ghosts there apparently. We're trying to get back in there again.
Apparently. Yep.
Awesome.
I'm going to let you get in.
Nice.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. So, yeah, Jason, so you're amongst the scene there, I take it? You're amongst the paranormal scene over there. from what you've seen, how do you think? Yeah, you're amongst the scene over there in Australia, paranormal scene. You've seen how teams work and the things that are going on and all that sort of thing. How do you feel paranormal research will progress over in Australia, from what you can tell at the moment? How can we move forward?
It's going forward. To me, it is going forward. Just a few teams are going to learn to understand there's no number one team. We all should be a family as one. It's like New Zealand paranormalists and Sydney paranormalists, Queensland. We all should work together as one. And if that happens in the paranormal world, it'd be better, because then we could all work together, not against each other. Like I might get something in my film and I'm not sure, I might send it to you and go, hey, what's your opinion about this? It's about getting opinion from different team members and see what they see or what they don't see. You know what I mean? It's about working together as a team in the paranormal world.
Yeah. Well, that's why I do this networking. That's why I do these videos. That's why I talk to people like yourself and hundreds of other people all around the world. I keep in touch with them all. And I'm a firm believer in networking. I think that's very important in this field. I think we need to all talk together. We need to, if they don't work together, at least talk with each other. And I think that's pretty important.
That's it. Talk, go and like their pages too.
Yeah.
Go and get on their pages, like theirs, and invite them to your page. Maybe, if they got something to show, let them show them on your page too, not just your work.
Yeah.
It's about networking. Let them share their stuff on your page, and that's how it should be.
Exactly, I totally agree. And I've learned. I mean, just by doing these little videos with various people around the world, I've actually learned quite a bit myself. And I've been doing this all my life, and I still know bugger all. But just through talking with people, just openly talking to people and communicating, you're learning all the time. So it's a good thing. Yeah. It's a good thing. Yeah.
In the paranormal world, as I say, I've been doing it for over 20-something years now, and I'm still learning today. And I can't say a professional ghost hunter. Yes, I've been in it for a very long time, but doesn't matter how long you're in it, you always learn something new tomorrow or learn something new the next day. From some other team, they might do something different. You go, wow, never thought of that. So you're always going to learn something in a paranormal world.
Exactly. We're at the very tip of the iceberg, aren't we, really? There's so much below the surface.
That's it. There's so much, you've got to learn, and someone might do something different, or I might do something different for somebody else. And they go, oh, hang on, I didn't never do that. And they'll try. It's about trying new things. If you see somebody else try it, maybe give it a go, see what it's like.
And just when you've got things figured out for yourself, something happens and it changes your whole views. It's happened to me numerous times.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
It happened to me a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm understanding something. I thought, okay, that's how that happens. And then something else happens and it just changes the whole view, and just I find I'm wrong, and there's more to it than I thought. And it's forever changing. Which is, it's interesting. I like the mystery.
And you've got to learn it all over again. It never stops, the mystery. Never stops. You just keep going and keep going. You go, hang on a second, did that just happen? Hang on, I wasn't expecting that. And then you've got to try and program yourself to understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's totally true. It's all part of the fun, though, isn't it? All part of the mystery, the detective work. Okay, Jason, I'll let you get back into your birthday day then. It's been great talking to you, man.
And when I do get to New Zealand, I'm coming to see you, and we're going to go on a ghost hunt together, okay, mate?
Call me up. I'm going to be coming over to Australia in the new year. I was hoping to get over there this year, but of course lockdown happened, so that all my plans went out the window. But next year I'm definitely going to come over. Don't know whereabouts in Australia I'll be, but I'm definitely coming over. I'm keen to see Alan and all those guys again, so
no worries, just hook us up, mate. Let me know when you're here, mate. We'll take you out.
We'll do that. Okay, Jason, good to talk to you, man. Let's just stay in touch, okay?
No worries, buddy.
Happy birthday, and keep it rocking.
Yeah, for sure, mate. Anytime.
Okay, see you, man.
See ya.